Howdy ho, good people. I hope everybody's doing good today. Um, I'm doing okay. It was a nice, cool morning here in Florida, and it's warming up now. I have gardening to do later, but that's later. What I'm working on, yesterday I did a short, and I just showed that I had done some inking on some photo paper. I just cut the big sheets in half, just to give me a little more, do different colors on different pages. So, but what I did with those, which I will do today and show you, I backed these sheets with coffee dyed regular printer paper that I coffee dyed. And once that dried, then I cut them up into little tags. So now they need to be decorated. So I was working on some of that, and I just can't make up my mind on what I want to really stick where. So we're going to set that aside. But I do think it's coming along, you know. And then I do have the little hole in for reinforcers. So, and then it's just a nice different little tag to use. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of try to craft a bit, chat a bit, and just show you how I do it. I usually have these old magazines or mail magazines and stuff that I use for a glue book, so that I don't get it all over my desk, even though I do get it all over my desk. The glue that I'm using, glue stick, is, what kind is this one? D-A-R-I-C-E, Darcy? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. But, I prefer the Uhu, but I'm almost out. So I'm using up what I have, which is a bunch of these. And then once I have it all glue sticked, then I do run a bead of good glue, usually the art glitter glue, which sticks really well around the edge, just to make sure it doesn't come off. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, and Thanksgiving is coming up real soon. I'm not ready. I am not ready. So now we got it all glued, and here is my coffee dyed paper, and really it doesn't matter where you stick it down. I don't like to be too picky about it. You can go up to the edges. I just find it easier to do it this way. And then I just push it down, and what I like to do is, the photo paper has a tendency to stick to this, so I like to put another piece of paper under it. And then this I got from Ranger. It was like on sale, 50 cents. You can use an old credit card, an old bank card. It works fine with that. So there we go. And then you just let it dry. Set it aside, let it dry. Now, because I get glue all around the edges, I always turn the page, because I don't want this sheet to stick down. So I do go through quite a few magazines if I'm doing a lot of a lot of glue in. Go through a lot of glue sticks. Like I said, I prefer the Uhu, and I do prefer the blue because it's just, it's so much easier to see where it is, if it's drying, you know. So, but this stuff isn't too bad. It does stick. And then I just do again, the art glitter glue around the edges just to make sure it stays down. So yeah, Thanksgiving coming up. I don't know, we've been doing a lot of turkeys because we make our own dog food. Right now, one of the pups is on a special turkey and bulgur diet with a lot of extra veggies and stuff added in it. It's really helping her. She's, I can't remember the name of the disease that she has, but she's getting a lot better. She's gaining some weight back, and she's actually not as shaky, and it's really working out for her. And so we do a lot of turkey, and you know, always keep some out for us. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have turkey for Thanksgiving or not. Probably. Mom would probably prefer to have turkey for Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else is out there is gonna be able to get a good meal. I feel so awful. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with the food stamp issue that you can't call them leaders because they're just more like killers. Yeah, refusing to give it out. I don't know. I'm trying not to go there today, but I know what it's like to not be able to work jobs and not be able to afford food. My husband and I were, you know, not proudly on food stamps, but I was only working part-time for the post office, and my husband was very ill, and you know, I was only making like $100 a week, and that was when food was cheap, you know. So I know how difficult it is, and I understand the stigma behind it. It was soul crushing to go into the place, the community help center that we would go to, you know, to fill out the paperwork every 6 months. And you know, it was just demeaning and totally soul crushing. Prove to us that you are poor. You know, it's sick. It's sick the way they do this shit. So I hope everybody has enough to eat. All right, so there we go. We got 3 of them set on the coffee paper, coffee dyed. Then I usually let them dry, but I'm going to go ahead and oh, shaky hands. Okay, got to remember to put the pin in the glue. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the first one that I did. Oh, put the cover on. And I found the best way to do this instead of on a cutter is to use a cutting mat, a metal ruler. Cork on the back helps it, excuse me, to not slide. And I use a craft knife. I find that that works the best. And I'm just going off the lines on the paper. You know, I'm sure they're a little crooked. Save this. You can do stamping on it and cut it out for ephemera, junk journals. You can do use it in small books, like little matchbook style folding books, and you know, you can use all these little scraps. So save them if you have space. I have a lot of scraps, and I'm running out of space right now. But okay. So there. Ta-da! Oh, it did. Okay, that's all right. Well, we're probably just going to end up cutting that little section off. Then I just, if I gotta cut a piece off, I try to keep it where it's straight. I'm going to use that line. I think I need to change my blade. How I dispose of this is either wrap like masking tape or blue tape or something around it so that it won't cut through the garbage bag. Or I do have like a little jar somewhere in this room, and I just put them all in there so that they're safe. Nobody's gonna reach in somewhere and get cut, and it's not gonna cut the garbage bag. So, well, as long as we're cutting it that way, we can go ahead and keep going. Let's see, these tickets, see, it doesn't really matter how wide you have them, or, you know, you can use them any size. They don't, and they don't have to be specifically all the same size. You know, you can do like 2.5 inches. So that's what we're gonna do here. 1, 2, and we're gonna go with 2.5 inches on this one. Also, if you cut this way, make sure you have a metal ruler, because you know, the plastic ones, it'll cut into it. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did. Cut right into my favorite ruler, my little T-square one. Not thinking. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little less than 6. We're just gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. We'll do 3 and a partial, like that. Oh. All right. So there. Now we got those cut. Now I have, excuse my reach, I have this corner cutter, which cuts it in 3 different sizes. But if you don't have this, I do quite a few, so it saves me time to have that thing. But if you don't have it, what you can do is take one of your existing tags and put it to the edge. Oh, maybe it'll be easier if I do it that way. And then what you can do, scissors, is cut it off this way. And then take that little piece and match it up on the other side so that your corners are, hope you can see that, are pretty much the same. Ta-da! Like that. And there you go. Now you got a tag. You can start decorating. I like using the Tim Holtz Little People, or really any size. And yeah, it's when you finish a junk journal and you gotta put all the stuff in the pockets, it's just so much easier to have these ready to go to fill a pocket. I do some specialty stuff, especially if it's you know, say like a spooky journal or you know, the moon and stars. I would usually decorate more towards the sky constellation type. And then for a regular tag, you just do 2, but if you want it to be like a bigger one, more of a card, what they call a card, which this doesn't matter what it's for, writing diary stuff. On the back of it, it's for journaling. So tag or card, it doesn't really matter. You can still use it, put a little hole there and use it as a tag. It doesn't matter. It's just goofy. Anyways, and I like to also have shorter tags because a lot of times I do smaller pockets hidden. So yeah, now I'm glued and everything's sticking to me. So that's how I do that. So I'm gonna go back to, let's see, you can see the struggle that I have with doing this stuff. I had this from a book that I had gotten. Every morning is a cheerful invitation to make my life of equal simplicity. Thoreau. Beautiful, beautiful. So I thought that would be really cool to have that just on the bottom. And then I just cut a random little piece of paper that just random stuff. Junk journals look better. Random stuff. Like that, where he's leaning on that. And then this is a label. Oh, now I can't get it up. I really wanted to put glue under it because I just don't trust them that way. So yeah, I was kicking around putting that there. These are like the Avery address labels that I did like different inks on, just like I did on the photo paper, and then let that dry and then did stamping. Whatever stamps you have work fine. And I'm still in the process of creating a lot of my own. It's just that doing something this tiny, handle with care, stuff like that, it's really difficult. So I can create my own doing bigger things, but I'm working on that. I'm still learning. So that's as far as I got so far. And then I was also doing this little one. I liked the lady. This was also from that same book, and I liked the phrase, "What makes you strong?" So I was gonna put that more like there. Oh, maybe this one. Again, these were just ink dyed papers or coffee dyed papers where I um, where I just stamped various stamps on them. Like that. I always, I have a tendency to overdo these. Once I get going on them, I just keep adding stuff. And then they get a little bulky. Again, these are the little Avery labels, again, stamped and inked and stuff. And yeah, I think I want to put that one on the bottom there. And if it goes a little crooked, you know, don't worry about it. It's a junk journal. We're not looking for perfection at all. At all. Not at all. This ink is the Vintage Photo regular distress ink. I just like to do it on each piece. I should have done it on the sticker, didn't think. And yeah. Like that. And actually I want to do around this. So I'm still trying to figure out, I have so many of those little books, the little little folios that I did, and I'd really love to give them to somebody who needs them for like Christmas gifts, for their kids. You know, I know not many people have cash to be spending, you know, when food is so expensive. So if anybody has any ideas on how to get things to people who would need it and appreciate it, you know, I'm not looking for any cash payment. I just wanna, I'd like to get them to the kids who would enjoy them. So if anybody has any ideas of how I can hook up with people in need, you know, please let me know. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I used to be a long time ago, but yeah, I don't like going on there anymore, so I dropped it. And how's that looking? Let me know. Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and stick this stuff down. So I've been having hand issues again. Not just shaking, but like allergy breakouts and stuff. And it's been quite awful, quite painful. It's starting to heal though, finally. Let's see, videos I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of Camellia Crafts again. She's just little Julie. She's so funny. I love her her British accent, and she's a hoot. She is a hoot. When I first watched her, she was working on something, and she was trying to make a pocket, and she's like, I wanted to put acetate in it, but I can't find it. It's see-through. She lost it on her desk. It's me. That was just so funny. She lost the acetate. So, yeah. There we go. Not too much. You can still see the colors. More Christmassy. So, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, I do have to do... No, I'm not even going to put a hole in it because I already... Yeah, it'll work just fine like that. And actually, what you could do is a little piece of fabric, if I have one. What do I have? Add that. Oh, I have so much on my list of stuff I want to do. I really want to do more sewing, and I have quite the fabric collection. See what you can do with this. Here. And how do I want to stick it on there? Could do it with the staple. Just like that. Just like that. Now you got a little handle for it. Fabric scissors. Don't use it on paper. So let's try working on this guy. This guy has me baffled. It's missing something and I can't quite place it. And I'm not thrilled with how it's coming together. But considering I've been stuck on it for about 24 hours now, I'm ready to just start sticking stuff down, because otherwise I'll never move forward. Really need to keep moving forward. Okay, I wanna... So, been busy also not just making dog food, but still taking care of Mama. She's 100. Still getting around okay. A little slower some days, but we took her out. We did a Ollie's run yesterday to get her out of the house for a little bit, because she loves going and looking at stuff. And boy, that smile she had on her face when we were in the car coming home was just priceless. She had so much fun just looking at stuff. So I'm so glad we took her out. We did take her out to some estate sales, but that's really difficult. She has a hard time getting in and out of. Right there. Half of the blue. Getting in and out of the vehicle, you know. And then usually they're outside, and even if they are inside, there's nowhere to walk. So we can't really do that. We try to show her the stuff as we're looking at it, but can't always park right up there. So anyways, it's it's kind of hard with those. So we do take her to thrift stores here and there. She loves that too. But yesterday we did an Ollie's run because we hadn't been there in quite a while. And yeah, she had just the biggest smile on her face. She had so much fun. So I'm so glad that we took her. All right, we'll do that. She's napping currently. I was so happy. I did get her started painting. She had never really painted in her life, so, and I had started watercolor painting, and I got her started on it, and she loves it. She loves it. She has so much fun. But she's been doing it a little less. She gets really tired really quick. So, like today, she got up, got dressed, had breakfast, went to the bathroom, and she was tired. So I didn't get. Maybe I can get her painting later. There we go. Should I just leave this the way it is? Should I add more? You know I'm gonna add more. Just not sure where I want to put it. It's half a frog. Where's it gonna go? No. I'm gonna put him there. And then just cut that off. So there we go. I think that's good. Now, you know, I want to put a lot more stuff on there. Of course I do. Of course I do. I just have to find them. I know what would be neat. Maybe a little bottle right there. Yeah. Simplicity. Okay, how about that? I like that. I like the little butterfly. I think that looks really good. Perfect for throw. Don't you think? Okay. Now, oh, okay. There's Mom. How I do the fabric is I just put a little bit of this glue on it and squish it around. Just like that. So that was Belle being paged. Gotta go help Mama, so I'm gonna pause it and I shall be back. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Well, alrighty, now I'm back. Sorry. Now I totally lost where I was. Oh, I just stuck the butterfly down, right? Well, I think that looks pretty cute. I think that one's done. Oh, maybe we need something to go into the little hole there. That blingy. This was like the best way I could. Here, how about that? This is just some seam binding that I had. I picked up a lot of seam binding at estate sales again. One lady had quite the collection, and it was like the last day, so I got it all really, really super cheap. So I like to have it wrinkled. This is just my jar of little ribbons and all that. Yeah, impossible to find anything specific in it, but like that. This way. Like that. And then just a little tug, make it snug, and voila. That is what we have made today. And I still have all of these to cut up yet, and all of these to decorate. So it's just something. I have so much picked up so much photo paper, and I think this is a really good way to use it, doing other tags, you know, so that I have a pile of like these tags that I did from a master board, and then I'll have some painted ones or some fancy shiny inked ones. Just something different. And again, if you don't like the gloss, you can get the matte photo. I use what I have, and I have a lot of the gloss. People seem to like that. So but you can use like a Tim Holtz collage medium. You put that over it and it'll dull it down, or clear gesso, which will give you more of a tooth. It'll be rougher, but it will take down the shine. Or you can even what you can do is sandpaper. I don't know if I have. Yes, I do. I did this one day. I had a piece of felt and I glued down a piece of sandpaper to it, and then cut them up, because I could never find the special Tim Holtz ones. I wasn't really looking though. I have a lot of sandpaper, considering I used to be a house painter. Had quite the collection of that. So just doing a little bit of sanding on it, and let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe it on me. Just get the dust off, but see how much that has taken the shine down. Just using a little bit of sandpaper on it. It's still kind of shiny on the edges, but it's really dulled it down. And the thing is, you just need to make sure you get the dust off of it, because otherwise nothing will stick to it. But yeah, that works fabulous. Just don't use a really hard grit on the sandpaper. Use a real light, probably 220 or higher, which would work best. So there you go, just little tips and tricks, and I hope everybody has a fabulous day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Please like, share, subscribe, give me a comment or two, let me know. Please engage. I would love to have to answer questions or do something that somebody wants to see. Anyways, no kings. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.